Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Live at the Loom. I was actually prepared today. Look at this. Woohoo! Welcome to Live at the Loom. We only need one take because it's live. Friends, you have arrived on the right day. It's going to be such a good one. But before I get ahead of myself, let me just say hello and welcome, just in case we haven't met yet. My name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. We do this fun, joyous gathering every Thursday. And it's a combination of talking about weaving and life and whatever else comes up, honestly. So before we get too far into it, please give a huge thank you to our girl, Lori, the gatekeeper, who is mostly just trying to keep me in line. That's really, she has a big job and she works very hard at it. So everyone, give Lori a big hello and thank you. And the reason you've come on the right day, friends, is that we are going to have a guest. Yes, we're going to have Andrea Alexander, and she is awesome. You are going to absolutely love her. So don't go anywhere because we're going to bring her on in just a moment. But you know how this goes? I have to say hello to some beautiful people first. So speaking of first, Jennifer Fowler, she was on 8:12, friends. That is an hour and 18 minutes before we start. that is amazing. I love this real early bird kind of segment to the Live at the Loom, where people are so excited to be here that they're here early, which is amazing. Yes, Ruth is on. Ruth usually jockeys for first, but that's all right. She came in at least. We're happy for that. Ernie says, because we always want to know where in the world is Ernie DeVries. He says, I'll be listening in as I drive east through Arizona on my way to Kentucky. Ernie, drive safely, my friend. We will keep you entertained as long as we can on the way to Kentucky. Hopefully there isn't bad weather driving that way, my friend. Yeah. Let's see. Jennifer says she's working on hankies, started crocheting a wrap from a vintage Lion Brand pattern. Nice. I made the warp for tea towels yesterday, and I have several things cut out to sew. Jennifer is busy. She is a project kind of girl, which we love. Hello, Anne. Anne is here from Cyprus. Hello, Donna Cunningham. Let's see. Oh, see, you guys are so sweet. I'm horrible at remember to do this. So I'm so thankful that you guys remind me. Give a thumbs up, give some love, spread the word, spread the joy. Gemma is on. She is chiming in from the western side of the world today. Oh, Gemma, are you in Canada? Is that where you're hanging out? Carol says she's here before the whip cracks. Whip cracks for a change. Words are going to be challenging. I can tell. Hello, Connie Peterson. Connie says, good morning. I'm not first. Connie, darling, you have to arrive before 9:13 to be first. That's, Hello, Deb Ropel and Christy Lofton. Hello. I'm so sorry. Remind me of your name. I'm right above Athens, Georgia, and we have ice all over. Oh, no. You know what? We got snow. I'll tell you about my fun driving in the snow in just a moment. But we have snow here. But my friends that get the ice is, I think it's so much worse than getting all the snow. I remember when we lived in South Carolina, and first of all, I was in Spartanburg, so the kind of northwest corner of South Carolina there. And we were in the foothills of the mountains, and we would get ice, and it's just debilitating. First of all, the land is not flat. It's all curvy and beautiful, but you can't leave the house when it's icy like that. It's crazy. So I feel you, my friend. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Priscilla. She said, I had to go back to work today. It's supposed to get up to 44 degrees here, so everything is finally starting to melt. Thank goodness. I'm glad it's melting somewhere. We're not supposed to see 32 degrees until February 6th, and that's for just a day, and then it goes right back down. It is Mother Nature. She is having a party this winter. Let me just say, that is, that's no doubt. Hello, Sam. She said hello from freezing Southwest Ontario. Yeah, I believe that. Hello, Alex Madison. We are enjoying the Alex. Can you see it? It's right here. The Alex Madison sponsored mug warmer. Always, because you know it is a day to have a hot beverage. That is for sure. I'm rocking some oolong. Oolong is so good. I love hot tea. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Liz. Look at this. See, people did their homework, Andrea. Watch the there we go. Yep. Watch the project recap. She's a delight. She is a delight. You guys are just gonna fall in love with her. Do you know what? As a matter of fact, well, I'll put the link up later. I have a link for that so everyone else can enjoy it here. Cindy in Prince Edward Island says it's sunny here, but 23 below or 9 below. Yeah, either way. If there's a negative that starts before the number, that's too cold. That's too cold, Cindy. Please, stay inside. Stay warm. Hey, Eileen finished her diamond twill sample yesterday. Congratulations, my friend. That is fantastic. Oh, Kim's on from Saskatchewan, and I don't know that there's a more fun town to say than Saskatchewan. Is it a town? Is it a province? Someone correct me. Someone jump in and straighten me out there. What? We have a newbie. Constance is here. Hi. Live in the Rocky Mountains. Constance, where are you in the Rocky Mountains? That is a beautiful area, no matter where you are. Welcome, my friend. You're in the right place. We're so happy to have you. See, they have to remind me. Lori has to remind me. Hit the like and subscribe button, friends. Yes. Hello, Lark Song Media. I know. Andrea she is just the best. Oh, it's a province. Thank you. Saskatchewan province. See, I will learn. The whole international vibe of Live at the Loom has been very enlightening for me. And I'm always so happy to have people from, see, my Canadians are like, it's a province. Thank you. See, I knew you'd correct me. I never worry here, friends, that I'll mess up too badly because I know you'll jump in and be like, Chris, you're wrong. And I'm okay with being wrong. That is quite all right. Okay, friends. Start to give me the update on your projects. It's been a couple weeks, so tell me what has been happening. Hello, Trish. Trish popped in. Let me tell you my story about, first of all, I was on vacation last week. Yay. And I was in sunny Florida, which was a very good week to be in sunny Florida because it was pretty much 70 and 80 and not a cloud in the sky for the whole week I was there. It was a good week. Last year when I went down for a week, it was a really cold, rainy week, but this year, primo. So it was wonderful. I ate all of the fish and seafood. There's nothing left in Florida. My apologies to the Floridians. You need a few days to kind of backfill because I ate all of the fish and seafood. I pretty much had chowder twice a day for about 8 days straight, plus key lime pie. Some days key lime pie was my fruit for the day. That was how we were rolling. So I flew home on Sunday night. Now, if you've been keeping track of the Midwest, or if you live in the Midwest, you know that Sunday night was not good. No, friends, not good at all. So I flew into the South Bend airport because I'm less than an hour from South Bend. When the pavement's dry and there's no snow, I'm less than an hour from South Bend. So I had parked my car there because it's this cute little airport. It's cheap to leave your car there. So I'm like, yeah, this is great. So of course, it had been snowing by the time we landed. The flight was fine, by the way. Flight was great. No problem. I go out to my car and clearing it off, no problem. The problem arose when, of course, they had plowed behind my car and left this nice little ridge of snow behind the back tires of my car. And I am usually really good about putting a shovel in the back of my car, and I just hadn't this winter. So now, by the way, I have a little Nissan. That's the car that I drive. And so I'm trying to carve out a couple paths behind the wheels to get out. And that would have worked fine, except I messed up. I didn't pull straight back. I turned. I got stuck. I got stuck in my parking spot in the South Bend airport. So thankfully, Midwesterners are the best. And these two lovely people that were waiting to check out and leave the lot, jump out of their cars, are like, we'll push you. So they pushed me out of the spot. Thankfully, I get out. I'm like, okay, so I know then I have this, hour-ish to get home. And it's a winter storm. There's there are warnings everywhere. Like is not good. It's not good at all. And I live 4 miles from Lake Michigan. So the wind when it turns just right. I mean, talk about like horrible whiteout conditions. So I am driving and I have those moments when it's fine. Like you're like, oh, this is okay. My wheels feel like they have traction. It's snowing, but not bad. And then the next minute it is awful. Like the Star Trek when you're jumping into light speed and you got the snow coming at you. Yeah, horrible. Let's just say I white knuckled it all the way back to my house. And I was just like, just keep going. I found a truck and I just sat behind him, just crawling all the way home. It took about 10 years off my life, I'm pretty sure. But I made it back because I had to make it back to you all for Live at the Loom. That is the moral of the story, is that I will go through snowstorms. I will do all kinds of things to get back to you lovely people. So tell me, how are you? What did I miss? I did no weaving, of course, because I was on vacation. So I have nothing new to share. But tell me what is happening. Oh, Priscilla says she has 2 naked looms. I've taken advantage of all the time off work. I have more custom baby wrap orders, so I guess I'll be making next. Nice. Nice. We just saw Priscilla at study hall, weaving study hall, and she was almost done. So that is very, very exciting that she's making some progress there. That's awesome. Connie says I'm going very slow. I have the Christmas placemats still. I have the wrap or the warp from the wine bags. I'm working on small towels still. Rug on Matilda. Blanket on a geist. Still. It's okay, Connie. There's no weaving police. There's no grades. It's all right, honey. You take as much time as you need. That is no problem. Sam has almost finished the warp for the tartan twill. Friends, do you know about the tartan? The fabulous Carol designed a tartan plaid just for us. Oh, I have it here. I have it right here on my little stand here. Look, this is our tartan right here for the acting creative community. Isn't that gorgeous? Carol does wonderful work. Yeah. So this is our tartan. Like it's registered. We're legit in Scotland, the whole thing. So if you would like directions for the tartan, there is a YouTube video. I should have put the link in. There's a YouTube video where we interviewed Carol and she talked about the tartan and the sequence. What do you call it, Carol? With the set, is that what you called it? The set is listed there, and tartans are a unique little pattern. So she also included a video that you can see how to do your own tartan though. And I know that Carol also gave a whole list of different yarn manufacturers and gave suggestions for colors. So yeah. Eileen says she is starting her diamond twill scarf. Fantastic. Love that. More diamonds, please. More diamonds. Let's see. What else have you guys been up to? Ruth says, I am finishing a pair of Spider-Man socks for my son right now. Spider-Man socks. That's fantastic. Is my snowstorm project, and I have to hem stitch and cut a beautiful overshot shawl. Oh, yes, please. More overshot off the loom today. Very nice. I love that. Hello, Mary Howard. We miss you, my friend. Let's see. Carol says it sounded like the snowplow pooped behind my car. Well, they had to clear things off. I get it. All right. What else have you been up to? Yeah. Sue Ann says I used to live in Illinois. Yes, she knows. I remember the trick about hanging out behind a truck in a snowstorm. Yeah. You just need to kind of be in the shadow of a bigger vehicle. That's really, that's kind of the, yeah. Carrie says, glad you got your priorities right. Actinites first. That's awesome. Actinites. Yes. Okay. Donna's working on the tartan too. She said a couple inches left. I cannot wait to see all the pictures of our beautiful tartan. Carol, I will check my mail today, my dear. Don't you worry. Ooh, yes. Linda is taking the Dress Your Loom class, right? Ready to get my loom fired up. Let's go, Linda. Ooh, we're so excited. We love that. Yes. Sue Ann just finished a deflected double weave GAMP, and a set of towels. I'm starting to plan another set of, is that deflected double weave? Is that DDW? See, abbreviations are about 50-50 with me if I get them. That's what I'm going to guess, Sue Ann. Correct me if that's wrong. Deflected double weave. A GAMP even. You guys have amazing brains. That's right, Jennifer Fowler. The tart would make such a pretty skirt or coat. I agree. Yes, please. I don't sew. But if I make the fabric, will someone make me a skirt? That would be awesome. Ooh, yes. Trish says she started the Dress Your Loom course. The read is ready to go into the loom. Woohoo! If you guys are brand new and not familiar with that, I teach an online course called the Dress Your Loom course, and it is basically I've broken it down, Dress Your Loom, into 4 steps. So we do 1 step per week, and then we have 1 for weaving and 1 for finishing. So we are in week 2 right now for Dress Your Loom, which is very, very exciting. Let's see what else. Ooh, see, there's a lot of deflected double weave happening here. Carrie says she finished her deflected double weave, which is actually triple. It's a treble weave during study hall, taking a physical weaving break while deciding on the overshot set I want to use. This seems to be kind of a theme for today. Deflected double weave and overshot. I like it. Why not? Why not? Those are very wonderful patterns to play with. See, look at this. And Ellen, she's taking a deflected double weave workshop with, is it Janie or Janie Simpson, and fabric on the big loom, of which many tensile ends are breaking. Oh no, no, broken yarns. We don't like that. I'm so sorry, honey. That is like 0 fun. Connie says she's thinking her tartan will be covers for 2 end tables in the living room. Oh, wonderful. I like that. Christy received her tartan colors yesterday. Ooh, there's gonna be so much happy purple tartan action happening. Oh yes, one of our girls, Michelle Marshall, has a project in the Little Looms magazine. She submits quite a bit to Little Looms, and her stuff is beautiful. Friends, if you are a Original Heddle person at all, you need to check out some of Michelle's work. She's fantastic. Carol is finishing the wheat harvest tartan on the loom come hell or high water. Atta girl. She's like, I am on it. I can do the things. Alex asked, are you going to any weaving conferences or retreats this year? If you are, let us know. Maybe some will join you. You know, I likely will. Excellent. Do you know what? I don't have plans at the moment to go to Convergence. However, I know. However, we have people that will be there. And friends, stay tuned. I think I'm going to host a little meetup right here in Chesterton. So stay tuned for that, because I will have more information very shortly for you. Okay, friends, let's see. Deb is on her last pinwheel towel. Yay! Gemma says, I can't get Little Looms in Switzerland. I wonder if you can see it online, Gemma. Maybe. Yeah. Hello, Diana Smith. She's still working on her Navajo rug. I love that. Hello, Chip. Just got my Frankenstein loom. The bride dressed for the first time for me. She has been in stores for 15 years. Started some overshot tea towels. See, we have a theme. Clearly today is overshot and deflected double weave. I like it. Excellent. Oh, look at you, Lori. She's like, I got this. I can copy and paste these links. That's fantastic. Oh, let's see. Carol says, I'm wearing a vintage Mackenzie tartan skirt today. Nice. Made from pure fire ants. Oh, no. Scratchy. Is it scratchy? Need to dig out a slip. Do people have slips anymore? Wow. Ooh, look at this. Pink plaid wool blanket for Valentine's. Well, that seems appropriate, my friend. And since I finished the placemats, at last, now I'm ready to tie on the tartan colors. Awesome. Look at you guys. Okay, Mary says, finally figured out a way to keep my tiny loom mug rug from turning into an hourglass. Oh, it was fun to sit when visiting Larry and he was in therapy. Like it wouldn't stay straight. It wouldn't stay. Interesting. Yes. Yeah. I'll keep posted, Liz. We'll work that out. Okay, friends, it's time. We have waited with bated breath for Andrea to join us, and we need to wait no longer. Here she is. Everyone, welcome Andrea. Woohoo!
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. You are such a
Yes.
joy, and it's honestly such an honor to be a part of this.
Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, so friends, let me give you a little background. Andrea has a fabulous YouTube channel. Here, I'm put up the link right here because I made sure to put all the things. There we go, right there. Yay! And I think we both started channels similar timing, right? Wasn't
I
that right?
believe so. Yeah, I started pretty much right in the beginning of the pandemic. Unfortunately, it wasn't like it's kind of synchronous in a way. You know, we're in a period where a lot of us had free time, unfortunately, and I ended up using that free time to start my channel.
Start your
So,
channel.
yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay, so tell everyone kind of how you got into weaving because this is a great story.
Sure. So I have always kind of been crafty and creative. Like I'm very fortunate to have parents that were very encouraging of like working with our hands.
Love
But
that.
I found myself kind of going down the path of a more scientific career. But even in doing so, I always had the crafts. Like I always kept that going in some capacity. And I was working in biology. I was working actually at an exotic animal slash bird hospital. And there was a big announcement locally in San Francisco where I was living at the time that the community colleges were now going to be completely free, which was just amazing.
That's
So,
remarkable. Love
yeah,
that.
so my friends and I were like looking through the catalogs. We're like, "Oh, let's like take a fun class. Like after work, we can like, go do this like fun activity together."
Yeah.
And one of my friends was like, "What about weaving?" And we all kind of looked at each other like, "Sure?" Like I don't I'd always kind of been like fiber inclined, like just
Yeah.
like I learned how to knit at a young age and I love to sew. Like my sister and I would make plush animals together as
Oh,
kids.
sweet.
Yeah, so I've always loved like fiber and textiles, but this like weaving suggestion was just so out of left field. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, let's go have this new experience. And I just like
Weird
totally
enough.
fell in love. Yeah, I totally fell in love. It was just one of those like introductory weaving courses where we were just like making a sampler and like, learning how to use like treadles and how to use a warping board and,
Yeah.
just a basic introductory course. And I was absolutely hooked. It was so much fun.
Nice. Now, so how did you get into kind of all the I know the Sayori, all of that
Yeah,
kind of
just kinda, like,
how did that progress
freestyle.
then?
Yeah, so what ended up happening, unfortunately, was, like, I took that weaving 1 class,
Yeah.
and I got really excited about it. I was like, "Oh my god, there's a weaving 2, and a weaving 3, and a
Yeah.
weaving 4, and I wanna do all of them."
Right.
But then, like, literally halfway through the semester of my weaving 1,
Yeah.
the teacher came and was just like, "Hey, so the department is closing down completely the weaving program," which was just, like, devastating.
That is
Like,
devastating.
the campus has such a stunning weaving studio, tons of looms, tons of yarns, tons of resources and equipment, and they just got rid of all
Got
of
it.
it, which
Ugh.
was horrible.
Oh,
So, I was like, "Okay, I really like this craft now, like, how can I keep doing this?"
yeah.
And that's where I found Jill Sanders of Sayori Santa Cruz, which it's
Nice.
about, like, 2 hours south of San Francisco, so it was a little bit of a trek, but it was so worth it because she is just, like, such an incredible teacher for
Yeah.
both spinning and weaving, and
Love
so
it.
that kinda took me down the, like, more creative weaving path, like, kinda doing things a little more expressively, a little more freestyle, a little more wabi-sabi, and then
Yeah.
I was also taking these spinning classes from her because Jill is an amazing art yarn spinner, and I was like, "I need to learn
Ooh.
this from you." So huge shout out to Jill, and
Huge shout out to Jill.
yeah, so that, like, put me in this headspace and this place of, like, "Oh, creative, fun, expressive, rule-free weaving," and I was just like, "That was it."
Yes.
I knew I
Good.
found it. Yeah, and so she actually ended up, because she was a studio, she had, like, a network of people, and I kind of told her, I was like, "Hey, if you hear of, like, a secondhand loom
Yeah.
at any point, like, if someone is trying to sell their loom,
Yeah.
can you please contact me?"
Yeah.
And she ended up getting me a really good deal on a secondhand loom. It was really, like, one of the only ways I could get my hands on one of these, and
Right.
it's my baby. It's my pride and joy. I will never get rid of that thing.
Amazing. What kind of loom is it?
So it's a Sayori WX60, I believe is the numbers. So
Okay.
it's a wooden loom. It
Okay.
folds kinda like a lawn chair,
Yeah.
and it's 2 harnesses. So plain weave only, but I'm more than happy with that. That's all I need, honestly, to be
Absolutely.
happy.
Yeah. Well, I know that one of the things that has attracted to me to you from the start is that you have a really kind of loose, fun, creative way about you. And I think that in so many cases, and there's no better or worse. However, there's so many weavers that are very much like, okay, this is the plan, and I'm going to not deviate from the plan, and this is exactly the way it's going to go. And I love watching you, just like the one you did for your birthday, where you're like, I just put on some yarn and these are my favorite colors and I'm going to do what I feel like. And it's fabulous. And it always turns out beautiful. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I have a tendency to set like certain parameters for myself. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I know I want this to be, I want this to be a cowl, and these are the yarns that I'm going to use. And then when I'm actually like sitting at the loom, I just like have a party. Like I just throw the shuttle however I want. And I like to follow like little kind of mental rhythms in my head of like, okay, I'm going to do maybe like a couple inches of this kind of repeat that I'm just going to come up with on the spot. And then another couple inches of this kind of repeat. Like let's say a little stripe where it's 2 inches. And then maybe now I'll do 3 inches. And then maybe now I'll do a little block of something. And I find that I just like fall into rhythms mentally and just pursue these little tiny, almost like little sketches or like little studies across a project. But because it's like unified by color, it looks a little less kooky. I don't know. It's still pretty kooky. My stuff, I know my stuff's kind of out there, but
I love it. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Yeah, you can kind of see that. Maybe
I was going to say, you made this.
I wanted to, do a little repeat, just see how it looks. And then I did like a little stripe or something. And then I just have fun.
Well, but I think too that there's a certain kind of you have to be comfortable with whatever happens. Like that kind of, so that you have to kind of go into it without a complete plan. And for some people that's really terrifying. So I mean my audience knows that I'm always like, you need a little time to play. You need a little time just to throw it in and see what happens. Doesn't have to be the whole project, but you need a little time to do that. So the fact that you're so comfortable and that's part of your style anyways, you're like, I'm gonna set a few rules and then we'll just see where the fiber gods take me. Like that. I mean,
for me, like being at the loom is my playtime. Like I don't want to follow like a pattern. I don't want to follow a recipe. I don't want to do anything. I just want to play. Like that's to me what's so exciting about weaving is that for me it's just a playground. So I just like embracing that completely. And like sometimes I'll try to follow a pattern and like do a consistent repeat the whole time. Like I recently did a scarf where I really liked how it looked to do like my little sample, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that the entire time. I was bored to tears.
I was gonna say, how are we done yet? Are we done yet?
Yeah, like halfway through, I was like, oh, am I gonna do something silly here? Am I gonna start like adding holes and like doing all kinds of tapestry stuff that I love to do? But then I was like, no, come on, like you like the look of this, like just stick to it. But I was so painfully bored, like truthfully. So that's kind of like a balance I have to strike sometimes. It's like, I love these like expressive, like hand woven kooky things, but I also do sometimes like a repeating pattern.
Sure.
But I don't like
for a short while
doing the repeating pattern. For like I could not do like 6 yards of the same thing over and over again. Like my brain just doesn't work that way. And I have so much respect for people who can do that. Not at all trying to like say that that's like invalid or anything like that. It's just I need the chaos.
I totally
I need to like that. I think for me it's like the ability to make a decision. I think I need that. Yeah. It's like I need
room. You need space to change your mind as often as you want.
Exactly. And to try something and be like, what if I did this?
Exactly. Now, what is your piece on the wall behind you? That is stunning.
Oh, this one.
Yes.
So this one I actually made. It was really early in my weaving journey. I actually had the really amazing opportunity to go to Saori no Mori, which is the Saori headquarters in Japan, with my mom. So that was a really stunning experience. We spent 2 weeks there learning all about Saori weaving directly from Kenzo Joe himself, who was the designer of the Saori loom. So really beautiful experience. And this is one of the pieces that I made when I was there. It was actually the last piece I made on my trip. I was like so tired at that point. After 2 weeks of like intensive weaving and study, I was like, I just want to throw the shuttle. So it's a class weft 2-color interlocking technique where one section is just white and then the other, like the top, I just changed out the colors kind of whenever I felt like it. And my goal was to kind of create like a paint dripping. Like I wanted it to look
totally looks like that. Yes.
Thank you. I wanted it to just look like kind of bleeding and blending. And it just kind of lives on my studio now. It's 100% silk because they were having like a silk week celebration.
Yes.
And I was like, I need a silk piece from this.
That's amazing. Now, I know one of the things I thought, and I didn't follow all the videos, but I watched so many of them when your experience at FIT, which was, and you were there, was it a couple years?
I was there, it was 3 years total.
3 years.
with one semester in Scotland.
Wow. Okay, so what were some of the big takeaways you had from that? Because I know you had classes in everything. I mean, it wasn't just weaving; it was all the fiber and oh, so much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was so the program I was in was called Textile and Surface Design.
Okay,
So I will say a lot of the program fell into the like surface design category, which is essentially print and pattern. So like any kind of like either digitally printed or screen printed design, which we would usually either hand paint and then scan in and bring into digital software to create repeats.
Okay.
And so that was a big part of our program. But then one class every semester was dedicated to some kind of weaving, which I, of course, loved. That was so much fun because they really like started us from the beginning. And by the end of the program, we like really went advanced. So we started with 4 harnesses.
Okay.
And it was purely on, because this was 2021, right after the pandemic.
Right. Okay.
So the department was a little nervous that we might have to go back into lockdown. So they had us on those Structo table looms, like the little metal guys.
Yeah.
In case we'd have to bring them home.
So got it. Okay.
Yeah. So we started on those and it was 4 harnesses, no computers, like purely just like on the looms.
Yeah.
Then we went to, I believe it was 8 harnesses with computers. So like learning how to create digital weave drafts and using industry software. The software is called Point Carré.
Yeah.
And then we kind of, I'm trying to think now. We moved up to, I think it was 24 harnesses was next, I think. I don't know if there's something in between, but it was 24 harness CompuJobbies, like the AVLs. So that was really fun because it was like combining technology with the technological loom, which I had an absolute blast with that, even though the looms themselves were pretty hard to use and a total beast to thread.
I can't imagine.
We had to thread it because, we're all new to it. That was like our first time on an AVL and we had deadlines. So we all paired up so that you'd have one person handing the thread across. The other person grabbing it and putting through the heddle. So we did it in pairs like that. And I will say that made it easier, but it was an absolute beast. And that was so much fun. And then we did a jacquard course. Which that was like one of my favorite classes at FIT. Wow. It was all digital software for the most part. We used a bunch of different programs that are being actively used in the industry. So it was supposed to train us for that. Yeah. And then we created our design collections and our main print. We had the chance to send that off to MTL and they wove a yard of our main design for each of us. Which was so cool. So I have that piece. It is like my treasure. It's in storage right now. But I did this like absolutely ridiculous fish print because I just needed some humor in that moment. Like, school's really stressful.
It's intense.
Yeah, yes. It's intense. And that program is really intense. Like, I'm not going to lie. It was super intense. Yeah. And so that was a moment where I was like, I just need to open the computer and see something that makes me laugh and makes me smile.
Yes.
So I made this like
whimsy.
I made this like ridiculous fish print with just like, grumpy faces, and now I have it like woven by a mill, and it's my treasure. So that was kind of our like progression in terms of weaving at FIT, and then I also had the opportunity to go to Scotland for a semester to specifically focus on weaving there, and I have all of this fully documented on my YouTube channel. If anyone watching wants to check that out.
Absolutely.
Yes. I literally made weekly videos for every single week of my school experience. So you can see like how
I was so impressed. You were so vigilant about keeping this on. It was amazing. Yes.
There were moments where it would be like a long time between uploads and you could tell it was like my thesis, like my like critique week or my like, finals. And I'm like, I can't do YouTube right now. But for the most part, I documented everything. So Scotland in particular, I'm really proud of those videos. I feel like it was so much fun to share that with everybody. But we got to use these like 100-plus-year-old Dobby looms, 16 harness Dobby looms, which were just such an insane piece of equipment. Because like you literally had to, like if I wanted to change my pattern on the Dobby mechanism, I would have to go find a ladder, get the ladder, bring it to the loom, climb to the top of the loom, unhook the Dobby mechanism, bring it down, and then unpick all the pegs that designate my pattern, hammer in my new design, get back on the ladder, bring it all the way to the top, and reinstall it. And that was like anytime you wanted to change your pattern. So like, we're students, we're experimenting, we're exploring. At one moment, I want a 2-2-12. One moment, I want plain weave. Yeah. That would take like an hour to change your pattern. It was a lot, but it was so much fun. And it was so loud in the studio from everyone just like hammering and like these big looms. But I that was such an amazing experience. It was great.
That is incredible. And what a unique, like, even if you could go back to Scotland, you're not going to have that experience again. I mean, that's really,
it was
so
like
special.
really a privilege to be able to use that kind of equipment there. Like I'm really lucky that program exists.
Yes.
And it was cool. That was my first time ever really diving into warp painting and warp dyeing too.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that was my like because they had an amazing dye studio, and I was like, oh, I want to take advantage of this.
that's for me.
Yeah, so something I did. I'm mentioning this just because you guys had this amazing tartan that you showed. So I did a lot of like tartan inspired designs or like kind of plaid repeats for my project. And something I did was I just threaded a section of my loom with white, like pure white warp, and then I painted in the plaid repeats for each sample. Because we're only making one warp for every semester. I didn't want to commit to like one plaid and then just kind of be stuck with that the whole time. So I did white and I just painted in the plaid. And then wove off my sample and then did a different plaid and then a different plaid and a different plaid.
Nice. You're like, I can outsmart the system here.
It was fun. I mean, I learned so much doing that, like just through constantly painting and constantly changing my design. Like it was a really fun experience.
I love that. That is awesome. So you your YouTube channel is up and running and you have all kinds of exciting things coming up, including you are going to be teaching at Convergence. Tell our people about how they can go take a class with you.
Yes, so if you all are coming to Convergence, I have 2 classes that I'm offering that I'm so excited about, and both of them are collaborations with other people in my life who've been amazingly influential and amazing to collaborate with. So the first class that I'm doing is all about content creation and how making content can be an extension of your fiber practice and your textile practice.
Love it.
And this is a collaboration with Unique Astrid. You might know her. Astrid Tauber. She's amazing. She's on Instagram. And
Lori's going crazy in the background. She's like, yes, I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's like 15 and is really kicking butt on Instagram and making really, really, really stunning weavings. And so the 2 of us, we met at Convergence last year. Yeah, it was last year, right? 2 years, yes. And we kind of like we're like, oh, we follow each other. She's on Instagram, I'm on YouTube. Like, let's come together and just like share our experiences of making content together. So that's one of my classes. We're calling it Content Creation for Creatives.
Oh, love it.
Love
a good alliteration.
Yeah, just because content creation is so much fun, and I mean, you know, of course,
yes,
it's definitely for me an extension of my textile practice because like video editing, photography, like taking photos and videos and learning how to do all of those like kind of technological things is also an art.
It is, and for sure.
And it also becomes a way to like reflect and refine on your textile art because you're like literally watching yourself make stuff and trying to like communicate to other people what it is you're doing and how you're doing it. And it's just like a really cool process. And I want to encourage more people to like give that a try because it's been such a wonderful part of my life.
And don't you find that when you have to talk about your work, that it you really sink in and understand it better? Like, like there's something about the fact if you're just at home weaving on your own, that's wonderful. However, the second you have to show it to someone else and explain, that is a different level of really. Like I have become so much smarter since I had a YouTube channel because I'm like, oh, all these facts, like all these things. I'm like, am I saying this right? Is this,
exactly. And I also feel like there's something so interesting about like, okay, I'm starting this project. I have to explain what I'm thinking.
Yes.
And then I have to explain while I'm doing it. And then when I'm editing, I'm watching myself do it again. And then when I post about it and share it, it's another way to like process the experience that you just had, like on the loom or like whatever it is you're doing. So I like those like layers of reflecting and refining and explaining and figuring out like, wait, what was I thinking in that moment? Right. Yeah. Especially for me, because I'm doing all these kind of like improv weaving things. Like you might notice in a lot of my videos, I'm voiceovering the parts where I'm actually weaving because I want to be like in it and then kind of like analyze it later. I don't know.
No. I totally get it. I absolutely understand. Yeah. So what's the second class you're teaching?
So the second class I'm teaching is with my friend Suzanne Person of Wabi Sabi Weaving in San Diego, which if you've been following my channel, you see I've made a bunch of vlogs with her, hanging out at her studio.
Nice.
It's all about sewing with your hand-woven fabrics. So the idea with this class is that you bring your beautiful piece of hand-woven fabric and you will leave the class with a stunning jacket. And it's actually the jacket I'm wearing right now. Yeah. So this is one of the ones using a pattern that I created that I'll be sharing with you guys. And it's essentially just like dipping your toes in the idea of sewing with your fabrics and making something that you can actually like wear and be super proud of. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun time. And I love the thought because this class is actually happening right at the beginning of the conference.
Oh, good.
So it's going to be so fun for everyone to like make their jackets, and then you have
Wear
something to wear the rest of the week.
You can wear it to the fashion show. They can be.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I made the whole thing top to bottom.
It's such a wonderful feeling. It's so wonderful when you like work so hard on a fabric and then you can like put it on your body and be like, I made this.
Yes. Well, and you're so good at that. I think that there's so many times when you're like, I made this scarf, I made this jacket. Like that's one of the things that you're really, you make it seem like it's very achievable. Like you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a complicated pattern. It doesn't have to be this like, crazy fitted thing. You're like, no, couple seams here. And you just do it. You're like, I'm just gonna go for it. Which so many weavers are like, oh my God, I'm gonna cut my fabric. And you're like, yeah, cut it. That's
cutting a fabric, I will say, is always gonna kind of be a little bit freaky to me. Like even after so many years of cutting my own fabrics, I still always have the moment of like having to hype myself up before making the first cut. Usually I'll lay my fabric out on the ground so I can decide like where I'm gonna make my cuts, and I will just like paste. Oh. And I'm like, oh, do I actually?
I'm just gonna think about it for a minute.
So that feeling never goes away. Even if I look confident on camera, like there's always that like, I like, you're so sweet. But there's always that feeling of just like, oh man. But I think that like for me, I love doing these like really simple patterns where like I don't know how well you can honestly see it, but lots of boxy rectangular shapes so that like I personally am not cutting super precise curves and having to sew really complex seams, and like my finishes are all really simple. It's nothing super like tailored or highly technical. Yeah. Because I feel like, if someone's like learning how to sew with their hand wovens for the first time, it's really easy to get turned off when you see these like extremely technical procedures. Yeah. It can make people not want to sew garments in the first place sometimes. You know what I mean? So
like, I'm never gonna be able to do that. And you're like, you can.
Yeah, you can. And like, so I wanted to provide an experience that's like really accessible. And this jacket is the way I designed the pattern. It is fully customizable to your size. So whether you want something super tight fitting or you want something very oversized, which is my way to go. I love just like being draped in my fabric. You have a quote. I love that. Yeah. I want to make it inclusive. I want to make it fun. And I want to make it so that, if someone's never sewn with their hand woven fabrics before, they feel motivated to continue doing it. Like, so that's the goal of that class. If anyone wants to tag along, there's still some spots open, I believe. So
see, I love that. And I want to make sure that we touch on really quick. You just did this great video all about your recap from 2025. Tell us, it was a good year, 2025, right?
It was a good year for weaving. And like, it's funny, like when you spend a year making stuff and then you look, December rolls around and you're like, what did I do last year? Right. Did I even really make anything? And so I decided to just like, because I saw all these other amazing creators making these like 2025 recap videos. Yeah. And I was like, what did I make in 2025? So I literally just like made a pile and I was like, oh, okay. I had a good year. That kind of inspired me wanting to make the video. I wanted it to just be like an opportunity to reflect, because a lot of what I made in 2025 were just like pure experiments. Like I just wanted to, I thought of an idea and a big what if, like what if I tried this? What if I tried that? And I would just pursue that thought. So 2025 is definitely my year of just playing and experimenting. I made this jacket. I also did some warp painting. I did some fresh leaf indigo dyeing. I did a full mohair silk project because everyone told me not to. And I was like,
you're like, nope, I got this.
I want to see. And I don't know. I really had a good time making that video and reflecting and setting some goals and intentions for the following year. And yeah, if you want to check it out and see what I'm all about, that's a really good way to kind of see what my style is. And
your style is fun and awesome, so everyone's good. Yes.
I love color.
Yes. Well, me too.
A little glitter. Just a little.
Yeah. Just a touch. Just a touch. A little taste. It's a little accent. There we go. Exactly. Well, you are amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been so much fun. Andrea and I were talking beforehand. I was like, we could talk for like 3 more hours.
I know.
we can have like the longest live at the Loom ever, but we'll just bring you back sometime so that we can continue the conversation later.
I would love to come back anytime.
Excellent. You're on for sure. So everyone, please go check out Andrea and her YouTube channel. And if you're going to go to Convergence, or if you need a reason to go to Convergence, go take her classes. She would be awesome to work with.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a joy to meet your community.
Yes,
you're doing amazing things on the internet. So
yes, we love you right back. All right, my friend, we will talk very soon. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Okay, how cool is she? Come on. She is awesome. Everyone, be sure to go check out Andrea and her channel. It was so funny. I was like, you need to come talk to us. Yes. Yeah. Sue Ann says, Andrea's cat always walks over the fabric when it's on the floor. Yes. I know her editing is spot on, right? When I asked beforehand, I was like, does someone help with your editing? She's like, no, I do my editing. I'm like, what? Her videos are fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yes. See? Okay. Wait, I thought did I see a comment from Carol about Scotland and tartans and what was here we go. Carol says, oh, you're that, Andrea. She chatted with you back and forth for a while when you posted your Scotland semester. Yes, that was the connection. If you need a connection, friends, I'll connect Carol. I'll connect you and Andrea. You guys have a lot of things in common. Those tartan lovers. That's Scotland, all the things. Alpaca yarn. Yes, we'll work that out if you guys need a connection. Oh, I'm sorry, Ernie. We should have clarified. FIT is the Fashion Institute of Technology. Did I get that right? Andrea? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Fashion Institute of Technology. Yes. It's a school, a kind of prestigious school in, is it New York? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Yes. In New York. Yes. See, see, Lori answered. Oh, Lori knew. Everybody else knew. See, I'm behind the times here. Yes. Okay, friends. Did we have her link up? Everyone has her link. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. This was so fun. She should come back every week, shouldn't she? That might be a lot to ask. We'll have her back for sure. She's delightful. I knew from day one, I was like, oh, she's my people. She is our people. So I knew she was going to be a good fit with us. Okay, friends, let's finish strong, shall we? This week for Handwoven Experience, it was a throwback. It was all about floats, which somehow seemed fitting since I was in Florida, where the weather's nice and people were in the pool. So we talked about weaving floats in the episode for this week. I, of course, don't have the link handy because I was not that prepared. I was prepared to a point. You know how this goes. But I do want to invite you to join us in the Acting Creative Insiders. We have all kinds of cool things happening there, friends. And February is going to be primo. It is going to be, we have good stuff coming down the pike, let me tell you. So if you are looking for a reason to join us over at the membership at the Acting Creative Insiders, here is your invite. In February, we'll have Weaving Study Hall. We'll have the Online Weavers Guild. Ooh, it's going to be so good. The Weavers Guild. Plus, we have weaving tips and tricks, and there's all kinds of fun things coming. So come over and join us. You are invited. We'll save you a seat. Also, our little Facebook group is humming along. Be sure to stop it. If you do Facebook, pop in. You have to answer the questions to join us, but otherwise, there's always exciting things happening there. People sharing their projects, asking questions, cheering each other on. It's a good time for sure. And of course, if you aren't already, be sure that you're joining us for our weekly love notes that come out on Wednesday, where I tell you a little story, give you links for all the free things happening, all kinds of good stuff. Let me look at my notes. Did I get all the things? I think I got all the things. All right, friends, next Thursday, I'll be right back here. Be sure to join us for another fabulous Live at the Loom. You know what your homework is, right? Hopefully you did your homework in between the last couple of weeks, but your homework for this week is to do something creative just for you, friends, just for you. It's good for your heart, your soul, your emotions, your head, all the things. It helps keep us sane and healthy. All right, have a wonderful week, and I'll meet you right back here next Thursday for more Live at the Loom. Happy weaving.